welcome back. And in this video of my Voodoo series, I thought I'd stray away from the for a moment from the deities and do a video on Voodoo or Hoodoo Legends. First one to start with is Gula Jack. Gula Jack was a Congo prisoner of war who was sold into slavery in Zanzibar. He was eventually sent to Charleston, South Carolina, and purchased by a man named Paul Pritchard in 1821. Gula Jack had a reputation as a powerful root worker with a particular talent for making protective amulets. This may have been one of the reasons Telly Mackay, aka Denmark Versailles, recruited him to plan a revolt consisting of only African-born men against the colonists. Gula Jack instructed the rebels to eat a special diet of corn and peanuts the day of the attack, and to provide them with crab claws as a talisman to keep them safe. He also threatened to put the root on any other slaves who spoke of the plan. Unfortunately for the rebels, the plan was betrayed and the revolt was suppressed. All of the plotters, including Gula Jack, were sentenced to death, but not before Gula Jack used mysterious hand gestures, presumably to curse all of their oppressors. Gula Jack was hanged on July 2nd, 1822. Gula Jack is historically known for his role as a co-conspirator along with Denmark Versailles in planning the large slave rebellion that would become known as Denmark Versailles slave conspiracy in 1822. Both Versailles and Gula Jack were involved in some capacity with the AME Church in Charleston. It was at the AME Church that Versailles recruited Gula Jack for his planned uprising in Charleston. Using his African-based influences, Gula Jack was crucial in recruiting African-born slaves as soldiers and provided them with charms as protection against the Bukura, or whites, as you could say. He is also said to have used his spiritual powers to terrify others into keeping silent about the conspiracy. Historians believe Jack's strong African culture contrasted against Versailles' preaching helped attract many of the slaves that joined the revolt. The Versailles plot involved taking over the state armory to arm slaves from rural areas and the local sea islands, who would rise up and assist the others in revolt. The slaves would then kill the whites off Charleston, take the city, and finally use the city's ships to escape, supposedly to Haiti, where slaves had overthrown the white government and now ruled. Eventually, the Versailles plot was leaked by other slaves that were coerced to confession. Gula Jack was arrested for his part in the plot on July 2nd, 1822, and was tried for his role in the planning along with 130 others. Ultimately, South Carolina authorities hanged Versailles and Gula Jack and 34 others leading conspirators. The next one in this video is Railroad Bill. Railroad Bill was a labourer with no clear past, as his name, place of birth and many other details about his life remain a mystery. What we do know is that the authorities claimed he was a man named Morris Slater, and we know that the hell he put them through. It all started in 1894 while Bill was employed as a turpentine worker in Bluff Springs, Florida, when after an altercation he exchanged gunshots with a deputy. The cause of the row has been lost to time, but it was from that day on that he became an outlaw. Bill committed train robberies and engaged in fatal gunfights with lawmen and bounty hunters who travelled from all over the country to collect a substantial bounty on his head. Bill usually rode along the Louisville and Nashville Railroad, the L&N, in southern Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. Naturally, the daily reports of a Negro desperado gunning down white men sold a lot of newspapers, and it didn't take long before a folk hero akin to Robin Hood was born. According to members of the black community at the time, Bill used his spiritual powers as a conjurer man to avoid capture by transforming himself into a fox to throw dogs off his trail. He became the personification of the clever trickster who appears in both indigenous American and African folklore, so much so that his legend continued to grow well into the 20th century. There are many songs about Railroad Bill by artists such as Riley Puckett, Vera Ward Hall, Gid Tanner, Thomas Dorsey, William Bennett, Jack Elliott, Bill Williams, Joan Baez, and others. In 1981, Bill was resurrected and cheered by the working class once again when the musical play Railroad Bill was produced by New York Construction Labor's NYC Labor Theatre, one that was founded specifically to attract proletariats. In part 2, we'll cover one of the most recently made famous icons, Mary Laveau. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and I shall see you in part 2.